The Wayne and Carter Show is a paid programming, and KHFC Magic 95 assumes no responsibility for its content, and the Wayne and Carter Show bears all responsibilities for their opinions and guests.
Coming up on the Wade and Carter Show, we'll talk with City Council District 3 candidate Chad Hall. Governor Cuomo's in a whole mess of trouble. We're leaving Afghanistan and avoid all that and more coming up on today's Wade and Carter Show.
It's gone. Your deal's gone. It just went away on its own. I didn't touch a thing. It just went away. All right, good. Just go. Okay,
And before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1.
What happened?
It's fine, I guess.
Is it on? Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Irritated.
Why? What's going on over there?
Just our garbage, It's the typical stuff in this studio. You can't ever get anything to work right. It's not anybody's fault but ours. Don't worry about it. We're here.
Let's do this.
The Wade and Carter weather brought to you by our great friends at Deerham Feed. Say it's going to be 77 degrees right now, heading to a high today. I was going to say 89.
88, 89.
89-ish.
Be lucky to hit 90.
Kind of sprinkles this morning. I don't think it's going to rain all day, but doesn't appear to be rainy.
Yeah, good chance through the afternoon anyway.
There you go.
So there we go.
It's going to
I heard the mosquitoes were buzzing this morning. So get over there. They've got all you need to get rid of the mosquitoes that are going to certainly pop up in the wake of these rain showers that have been hitting the last couple of days.
Trying to get it's like, I don't know if it's an algorithm thing. I don't know if it's intentional. I'm not that big a conspiracy buff, and we're not that big a deal, but it's consistent that there's a wrinkle in the Facebook program. Usually I can come in, I can create a post. I can say, hey, it's Called on Wednesday. Happy Called on Wednesday to everybody. Yada, yada, yada. And then I can hit live video, and it leaves the words there and creates the live video. Some days you do all the typing, and when you go to hit live video, there's no icon. It's just gone. It's just not an option. And because we do operate in a emergency type environment. It's like right now, Bill Posey just left, and right now we've got to get on the air. It's very annoying. So if I'm a little sour this morning,
Show must go on.
I'll get over it. There you go.
David Glass, good morning. Scott Tomko's in. Justin Glass, Patrick Strauss, Scott Snow, Marvin Mickish, Kendra Douglas, Andy Rhea Jr., BJ Nelson, good morning. Judge Posey's in. HR Mallory.
Good morning, Judge.
Scott Tomko, and that's the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Chris Conrad, good morning. It is Called on Wednesday. Don't forget.
Fantastic. Today's such a great day to get to Veracruz and enjoy the Caldo. It's a once a week
Special.
just
Celebration.
It is a celebration. That's exactly right.
It really is a celebration in a bowl. It's so good.
That's nice. Celebration in a bowl. Oh, that's nice.
For Matthew McConaughey, that is a completely different meaning.
Right.
But for those of Veracruz, we know exactly what it means.
Mountain High, Colorado.
Karen Webb, good morning. Roy Gutierrez, the Leicerometers holding steady at 1,004. Jeremy Pena, we're huge, still inside.
Hello, Roy. Hello, Mark Jameson.
Orlando.
TB.
Tracy Price, Chris Cox, Robert Brown, Stephen Kidder, Matt Boucher. My mom's in. Good morning, Mom.
Hi, Mom. TB wants you to know we're inching ever closer
To
a big announcement, a big party,
the
and
yacht
the yacht party.
yacht party.
We're going to do it, folks. By golly, we're going to dock this craft and have a yacht party.
I wonder if this relates to TB. I was listening to Yacht Rock yesterday on the way home.
I told you to get over there.
and there was a liner. It's not working from home when you're so rich you don't have a job.
I love it. It's like JP Hall. I'm just got a case of Topo Chico to water my plants with. They love the
I was
physics.
chuckling and Cheryl was rolling her eyes. I just don't. Maybe it's a guy thing.
It is a guy thing because it brings back the Thurston Howell III, and it's all just in fun. And we've all known that guy with the stiff lower jaw. I say, man, it's just not done in Harvard.
That was James Spader in Pretty in Pink, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Randy Langston, good morning. Rena Scherer's in. Christina Wise.
Here's
James
where we're at.
James Kurth, touching moment yesterday.
Yeah, that was very nice, James. He took a video of his daughter
leaving for college, and he was all
college.
emotional. She's only going to VC.
I thought she's just driving downtown. She'll be back for dinner. I thought it was interesting though that as he's saying, it's just like that, she drives off to college. I thought it was interesting. She flipped him off out the window. I didn't know they were so close. But no, not really, James. It brought back memories for me. But that's pretty funny. She's just going to VC. Oh goodness, James, we're sorry. We feel your pain. We've all gotten rid of those kids, those pesky kids. TB,
now we can poke fun.
TB, just so you know, this is the state of the yacht party. We've got a decorator. We've got a venue reserved that's classy. We've got a band tentatively penciling in that they're coming in,
so
which is perfect. And now we just have to be able to get our decorator to actually attend the party because she's so busy because of her affiliation with Wade and Carter. You know.
Yeah.
BJ Nelson. I thought she was going to marry Hardin Baylor. And BJ Nelson will have a table that she will purchase at the yacht party. I cannot wait for that.
Free ticket night, Victoria Generals playoff game. Cheer them on to victory.
BJ, she is, man. Shake my head. These guys, they're not going to like her flipping people off when she's going off to college.
Reminds me of my dad. Just send me off to college.
Just said, see ya. Come on in. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
How come James didn't go with?
I don't know. James back to school. Maybe James could be on the diving team. Right?
Generals played tonight at Riverside. Playoff game.
Go down and give the Generals some love. They need it.
They lost yesterday 15-8. So win or lose, or win or go home tonight. Or win or stay home, I guess, since they're home.
Win or go back to college. Go by and tell James Kurth bye on your way out. Just like that, Billy left.
Oh Lord!
Oh, my goodness, James, we love you. Thanks for tolerating us. Look over there. It's the man.
I see that.
I mean, it's the man.
You change those letters up on that sleeve, and that could be "I'm a mofo."
Right. It could be. What I like the best is, I mean, he's our guy. I mean, he's the fire marshal. He's also packing heat. I mean, you know,
you never know when that fire starts running away from you. You got to take it down, right?
Couldn't you potentially see a fire marshal with like a cute little, like a little red fire extinguisher in a holster? That might be cute. But no, not Richard. He's just like,
I'd be more concerned if a fire marshal had like a big ass Zippo on his hip. That'd be more of a concern. Job security.
Yeah. You've seen that in the movie 100 times where the guy like flips over the Zippo, drags it on his hip, and then throws it into the gasoline. Yeah. On the way down, it goes out. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Big Zippo on one hip, canister of gasoline on the other, and rags hanging out of his back pocket. That would be problematic for a fire marshal.
They have to change the song, man. What the Zippo is buying. Drink up while the drinking is free. What do you want to do?
Let's take the fire marshal's here. Let's take a quick break and bring him in.
Bring in the authority figure who came well-heeled.
You notice
Allen's
that too,
Wrecker
yeah.
Service, 578-6300.
Those are little slick folks, so please.
If there's a fire,
slow down.
fire marshal caps your driver, you might need a drive. You might just want to pull you out of there. Call Allen's Rigger Service at 578-6300. Allen is your go-to tow-to. The VCS companies, Rocket Oilfield Services, and the only locally owned and authorized AT&T retailer, all part of the Hartman Communication empire, telling you if you're not already on FirstNet, you should be. It's a dedicated system for our first responders that gives them a dedicated communication network so that even if your cell phone, you mere serf, if it goes down, the elites in the government that are part of the first responder network, they've got communications, which is what they need. Reach out to them at VCS. Chesnick Furniture Company.
116 West 1 Lynn.
Long 48-hour shifts at the fire station, they'll get you a best recliner. Nothing says, I love my fireman, like a comfy recliner after he comes in from battling a grass fire. Thank goodness we've
Maybe the cookie cake that says I love my fireman on it. That could.
Everybody loves a fireman, you know.
But other than that,
it's the cops we got to watch out for. Everybody loves a fireman. But Chesnick Furniture, 101 years in Victoria, 70 in their current location. Reach out to them. Vera Cruz, of course, we already mentioned today, is called a Wednesday.
It is called a Wednesday. If you don't get in there today,
It's a
you're going to wait a
great-
week for Caldo.
Great day to be there. And as soon as this weather kind of evens out, if it ever does, Dawn's convinced they're seeding the clouds and that's what's causing all these issues. Reach out to AJ's Detailing. You can go to AJ's Detailing right here on Facebook and check out all the before and afters. It's amazing the work he does.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different level. This is not wash and wax. This is not your neighborhood lemonade store.
No.
This guy knows what he's doing. Reach out to AJ's Detailing.
Right there on Main.
So,
There's a few of them right on Main.
do you want to try to go handle the video?
I
So we
will,
can
yeah.
get Rich on it? Good luck, man. That thing could fall apart at any moment. It's just you talk about a shoestring potato budget. I mean, that's what we're working with here. I'm going to try to get this mic where this is old school from like the 50s right here, that Depression era microphone. We're going to get our buddy, friend, respected individual, Mr. Richard Castillo, in here to talk to us. He brought a guest. We'll let him introduce, say hi.
How y'all doing?
Come on, you got to get all the way up here.
Right up and be
You gotta-
comfortable with that microphone.
There you are. Yeah. Oh, you look good there. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great this morning.
Good. Thank you for coming in so early.
No problem.
But tell us what's going on in Victoria County and how we can help.
Well, what we're here this morning, we're promoting our fundraiser for our annual fundraiser for the Victoria County Fire Department.
Awesome.
We're located out at the airport. It's part of our department, which is the County Fire Marshal's Office and the Fire Department. Our county fire department is comprised by paid staff and volunteer staff. And Tony Stism is our president for our volunteer staff out there.
Welcome.
And so Saturday, we're having our annual barbecue, which is going to be brisket, German potatoes, sausage, and green beans. And then we have a raffle that we have out, and I'll give Tony that because she has the list.
She's got the details. Come on over here, Tony. Get right up on that microphone. Look.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
We have 40 items on our raffle right now. And
Fantastic.
we're getting more. It seems like every day I get a call, hey, can we put this on your raffle? Our tickets are $20 a piece, or 6 for 100, and we're going to be drawing at 3 o'clock. And what Richard didn't tell you is any pre-sale tickets for the plates are guaranteed until 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, that's great.
That's always important.
Well, last year we sold 650 plates in 45 minutes. So,
Wow.
yeah, they went quick
So is that this weekend?
this weekend.
Okay.
Where can the place be picked up at?
Out at the airport, right next to the terminal and the fire marshal's office.
Okay. Makes sense.
Now, for the logistics of it all, are you guys partners with? Are you over like the Quail Creek Volunteer Fire Department? And all that? How does that all come together on the tree?
Okay, well, the fire marshal's office is kind of the liaison for Victoria County volunteer fire departments. We have 11 volunteer fire departments in Victoria County: Quail Creek, Nursery,
Raisin.
Mission Valley,
Ford Trend.
IF, Ford
Yeah,
Trend,
goes on and on.
DeCosta, and Lone Creek. So all of these people, they're all under our umbrella. Victoria.
You're gonna get calls for ones you
Somebody
left
just
out.
said,
You know that. Hey, you didn't mention
You
ours.
forgot us in Keltner.
What we do is we oversee them. Each one of them is an independent agency, but we oversee all their operations as far as fire, calling out, making sure that if they need something, we're there or support. And then what our department is, we are one of those 11, our volunteers. We go throughout the county. We respond from within Victoria County, DeWitt County, all surrounding counties. We'll go out and help them with their fires, or fire marshal's office will actually help them with investigations. So we pretty much do quite a bit. What we're doing right now with our department is we also run a fire academy, which is equivalent to what the city runs, except it's designed for volunteer firemen, that they can actually get their full academy, and then they can test on the volunteer side, or they can go into the career side on the state.
Awesome.
And gives them an opportunity for what they give us.
Well, our buddy,
I didn't realize there were 11 volunteer fire
I didn't
departments in the
either.
county. That seems.
We're about a little over 250 volunteers.
By the way, Rena Shear says, if you can't attend, is there a place to buy raffle tickets online
Or in advance.
or in advance?
They can contact my office, 579-9103. That's the Victoria County Fire Marshal's office. And if we need to run out there, one of the volunteers or myself will run out and get
Full siren, baby. They'll they'll get out the pumper truck, sirens going. Out of the way, people were delivering raffle tickets.
Judge Posey says Richard's done an excellent job of
Yes, he
law enforcement and
has.
as fire marshal over the years. He's a credit to the community. In addition, he has a great staff. Thank you to all the volunteers.
Yes.
Look at that. Shouts out
Richard
to
is,
Judge Posey.
Highly respected and a very nice man, a very good friend. Ash and I are both quite close to Mike Bloschke out at
Who's
Quill,
just checked in.
who just checked in. I'll tell you that those guys are, you think a lot of places think volunteer and you think, oh, what are they? It's Barney Fife. So these guys train. They've got great equipment. They manage a budget, and they are the ones you see out on Highway 59 at the car accident. I mean, they are a true first responder. And I've been at Michael's house, and I'm like, you seem a little tense, a little serious, and he's like, I'm on call, and they're highly professional and dual service folks. It's amazing how they respond in a hurry.
People don't realize just how much volunteer firemen put their lives aside to go do what.
Absolutely. It's a family for them. They're all involved.
They will go out all night and work on a fire, get up in the morning and have to still go to their job. For us paid guys, we get finished, we go home. But they don't. They want to run that thing. And it's amazing because they operate basically on exactly what we're doing on the volunteer side is fundraisers, community support, grants. What we're working right now is to get new trucks. And last year we were able to get right at $100,000 between grants and fundraising, and we bought our complete department bunker gear, which then we turn over and donated to the county. So it ends up being county equipment for our department goes over. So this right now we're attempting to get 2 new brush trucks.
Then the county taxes it as inventory, and Judge Zeller puts that in the general fund. That's how that goes
Our
down.
trucks go in there, but the only good thing about it is we save the taxpayers money. It's a little bit what we can get back for
That's
all
awesome.
that we get. So,
Well, that's fantastic. So, folks, be aware that on August the 7th is when this raffle is going to go down.
Tony, we missed asking what
Yeah,
are some of
tell us some of the
the
cool-
great items.
what
'Cause
are-
there's a
what's some
whole
on there?
list there that's piquing my interest.
We have 7 guns. We have an air compressor. We have jewelry. We have a barn door kit. More jewelry, a tool set, a pedicure and manicure, some Outlaw Pass gift certificates, SeaWorld gift certificates, All Electric, propane grill, HEB gift certificate. So we got a little bit of everything.
Seven guns. Did she mention 7 guns?
Seven tickets are $20 a throw or 6 for $100. You can dial 579-9103. 579-9103. Wait a little while, but 579-9103. They'll help you get the tickets. Every dollar you give is going right back into the Victoria County Volunteer Fire Department system. We highly support this here at Wade and Carter and would love for you guys to contribute. They will notify you if you win. If you buy a barbecue plate, which you can probably also ask for while you're on the phone call, 579-9103.
How much are the barbecue tickets?
$10.
$10 a throw, and if you buy them in advance, you're guaranteed until 2 o'clock. So you can go out to the airport, drive through anytime you want on Saturday, and pick them up till 2 o'clock. There you go.
Awesome.
Well, we love you coming in. I love it every time I see you.
Richard, Tony, great.
Richard's
to
become
see
a
y'all.
great friend and solid guy. You guys are fixtures downtown. And
I'm going to take
appreciate
Richard
you.
way back memory road, but I first met Richard when I worked at a station that no longer exists in town, KZ 105.
It's not the
Old
first
country
station.
station,
This is
so-
not the first station Ash has put out of business.
That's exactly it.
That was before the gray hair, huh?
Right? You were dark-headed back then. He was dark-headed back in the day. Thank you so much for coming by. The comments were, Richard and Tony are great, public servants. There's a lot of love here from the Wade and Carter listeners, and we're great, great
7
calls,
guns.
amazing people. 7 guns. There you go. Thank you.
And Junior Samples put the number out there for us. Thank you,
579-9103.
Junior, appreciate you having
We'll
us
get you
back.
some calls. Folks, order today. Here's the real deal. Call them up, pay your $10, and don't show up. Let somebody else have the plate. You're donating money to the Victoria Volunteer Fire Department system, the county. Make that happen. It's great. We do the same thing when Mike Blosky and them have a huge barbecue cook-off out at Quail Creek. Do everything you can to support these guys because they do everything they can to support you.
Absolutely.
So there you go. BJ Nelson says Tony's a great volunteer. So see here.
Tony's getting some love too.
Tony's getting some
I saw
love.
Richard this morning.
There you go. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, sir, for coming in.
Thank y'all.
We're going to leave the camera there because in a minute we got another guest coming in.
So we'll take our next
But
break.
y'all take care. Richard, we'll keep promoting
Thanks, Richard.
each other.
Thanks, Tony.
We'll remind folks tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. You seen a fireman with I guess it's like I've got my
Well,
big iron on his hip.
if he's got to chase somebody.
You know who would like that? Sheriff Louderback. Did you see
Oh, I
that?
thought you meant Marty Robbins.
Right, yeah. Right? There. Did you see that picture of Sheriff Louderback sitting at that kid's desk yesterday?
I did not see that. No.
I think Dawn sent it to me. I don't know where it was, but it's Sheriff Louderback, and I don't know if it's the camera angle or whatever it was. He's probably on here. We could probably get him to tell us. But I want to make sure you have enough width there. We want to get Michelle. You know how that works. But the sheriff is sitting there waiting to go on like Tucker Carlson or something. And he's and he is in a kid's desk. He's like down there.
No, I didn't. I missed that.
And he could get his gun caught on the desktop and no telling what could happen.
Clip that hammer.
Anarchy could ensue.
Could. Get the Spurs caught trying to get out of there.
Yeah. It's like, can you imagine if he showed up at the White House wearing Spurs? Ching, 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 ching. Sheriff's here. That's America's sheriff. Wow, wow, wow. It's America's sheriff, baby. He's our guy, and we knew him way back when. We knew him before this celebrity status that he has earned.
Absolutely.
All Sheriff Louderback's ever done is tell people the truth.
Lisa Poole says he was on Newsmax.
Newsmax, but you watch those videos, and he's just like, yeah, it's a crisis. Yeah, it's a problem. Where you been? What are you doing, you bonehead? You listen to Beto? Yeah, it's a problem.
30,000 apprehended in the Rio Grande sector last week alone.
Everybody can't be Pete McNally. At some point, you got to look around and see all the people. Why aren't we vaccinating those people, Ash? I'm needing you to do that.
That's a good question.
Let's take a quick break, and then we have a friend coming in. Adsenhofer, since 1926.
I was just going to say that.
Go ahead.
Since 1926.
Victoria's dealership.
Thank you for letting me say it.
Currently, purveyors of new Cadillac, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Chevy's built a lot.
Absolutely.
And,
And the north part of the city.
right.
They were there before anybody else.
Remodeled a couple of houses downtown. It's done a lot. Port Connor, Las Vegas, other things. But Atzenhofer is clearly, indisputably, Victoria's dealership.
That little Mazda, I think it's a CX-5, was there. Maroonish
stylish
color. It's a
car.
nice little crossover, I guess you would call it.
It's maroon. It's ready to go to College Station for that kid that's going off to school.
That's what I was thinking. It's a good little car.
If James Kurth would have sponsored another kid, take that car, drive him off.
You can't see it for the tears in his eyes.
I love BJ Nelson in general, but I love BJ Nelson saying, I thought she was going to marry Hardin Baylor. So we were talking about James Kurth, and he did a little video yesterday of
his daughter driving
just
off
like that. She's gone. She's off to college. She's driving out of the drive. And Ashley, she's just going to VC. I mean, she'll be home for dinner. So funny. Actually, she is going to VC. He just kicked her out of the house. She's like, you're just like that. She's out of here. But very excited.
Put her on the curb with the trash, that white trash to pick up.
She was driving a new car from the Atzenhofer dealership. That was good to see. White Trash Services, 550-1826. Call our favorite Dizzy Blonde, BJ Nelson, and let her help you.
Busy Blonde.
Busy Blonde. That's right. That's what I meant. It was a faux pas. It was a faux pas there on the Lido deck. Reach out to BJ Nelson.
550-1826 is the number to call.
7 counties around here. They'll take off all your trash. You'd be glad to have them. Razor IT Solutions, JP Hull.
And I am.
JP Hull, you do. And that's a testimonial fact. JP Hull will be a lead sponsor
of the Lido deck.
At the Wade and Carter Yacht Party, celebrating our 5 years in business. And we'll check out any ramifications with the Love Boat crew by asking our attorney, Steve Kidder, if we're violating any trademarks or copyrights.
If they rebooted the Love Boat, would they have to have an onboard attorney nowadays?
I don't. Probably.
They had a doctor, right? They had a bartender, the purser, cruise director,
Captain Stubing,
captain's daughter.
Yeah, child labor laws.
International waters, you're okay.
It would all be different now, though. Right. Solid point. International waters.
But I bet you, if they had that gig, Steve Kidder would say, "Sign me up."
Absolutely. And on the Love Boat, wow. Is it harassment if the attorney does it? So then you've got
ask Governor Cuomo.
Right, we're going to get to Andrew Cuomo here in a little while.
After we visit.
It's a family show right now. Don't forget that right across the street on Red River is the health bar for the Waffle. I know they're jipping you. Mom and Dad went
still haven't taken her for the Waffle.
The Halls, I guess they wanted to vet the Waffle before they took their daughter. Let me tell you, whether you get the strawberry or the blueberry,
disappointment on her face.
She's just like, she just told me straight up, still haven't got it. Because the last time they were here, I said the Halls are going to take her next door for the Waffle.
Well, there's your problem.
They shined her. Anyway.
You're the one that set her up for disappointment, not her mom and dad.
I did.
They had other plans.
Yeah. Well,
that didn't include
smoothies, wraps, paninis, they've got it all. And then up north, you got all your supplements and a little bit of both at both stores, but they don't have the hot food yet up on the north side. I have a feeling
for you too.
I think there's going to be a third soon.
I think so too. They're growing way too fast.
So let's get our friend Chad Hall in here, see what he's got to say.
Candidate for City Council District 3. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
In the runoff.
How are you doing?
Great. Good to see you.
He's in the.
Good to see you. Nothing's changed. You still got to get right in front of that mic uncomfortably close.
It's probably about the 9th election to fill a city council spot in the last, 6 months. That's the way it feels.
For a guy who's never run for office, you must feel like a veteran now, don't you?
Well, the hardest part is getting through the proverbial waffle bus this morning.
Right. Yeah, I love the look on her. She deadpanned it. Still hadn't got it.
She's a great straight man.
We go after recommendation. We got to reconnect with a good friend over there, Christy Paul.
Oh, yeah.
The food's incredible, and they're very lucky to have her over there. Great place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she trains, and Christy is a fanatic.
Right.
She and Dawn were talking about the gym the last time we were in there, and They just kind of left me out of the conversation. I don't know what the deal was.
I can't imagine why.
Tell us what's going on. What's changed? Tell me about your approach. What we have early voting starts today,
That's right.
and we had a note on it. I threw it to the side. It starts today. Patty Dodson would be my guess. What's the time? Do you know?
Early voting starts today on the 4th, goes through the 17th. The time is 8 to 5. And the last 2 days, on the 16th and 17th, it'll be from 7 to 7.
From 7 to 7 on. Really,
So there's no excuse.
we emphasized this just the other day. There's no excuse. If you've got an opinion at all, if you don't have an opinion, you need to read about both candidates and form an opinion. But if you have an opinion, you certainly have plenty of time and you ought to go vote because it's easy. It's a 5-minute deal, as many hours as there are. And we're only voting for one district. Should be easy.
Should be
That's
easy.
Who you going to vote for?
We've got a lot of questions between where's our district at. So our district goes from Planet Fitness on Navarro all the way to Lone Star Animal Hospital, and we're boxed in by the 2 high schools. And we have a good video on our website, chat4victoria.com. It takes you through our whole district in about a minute and a half. If you'd be interested, take a look there also.
Some very, very informative stuff on the website.
You know, that's a good visual for me for what the district encompasses and how much. That's all of North Texas or North Victoria, basically.
All of North Texas.
Well, close.
It's big. We've been able to meet with hundreds of people. We're going door to door. Our message hasn't changed coming back to your first question. The only thing that's really different from us this time is that we have much more time. Last time when we got in the race, we had to deliberate a lot and really make some decisions. We want to do this, put ourselves out there. And we didn't get into the race until literally 2:30 on the cutoff day. So the other candidates were about 4 to 6 weeks in front of us. And that's the biggest change for us now is that we have more time. So we're visiting with more people.
What's changed is the first time you go door to door and you're like, I'm Chad Hall, I'm running for city council. You give them your platform, you say, I'd like for you to vote. This time you go through, you go, I'm Chad Hall, I'm still running for city council. Please vote. Please go vote. I can see that you didn't vote.
Well, it seems like our campaign's going pretty good because the mix.
You haven't had to beg.
Yeah, we've gone all the way from knocking on doors to Chad Hall, get in my house.
There you go.
That's nice. They see you coming on the Video Doorbell Pro then.
Have a cookie.
Our biggest question is, how old are you?
Right.
And
25.
All the way from neighbors like Mary Jo Smith. Like, I saw you on your sign, and I was wondering who is this 18-year-old running
Right.
for office?
Are you old enough to run?
It's Doogie Howser.
Yeah, look at what. And so, okay, when do I start mowing your grass?
Right.
But people are really nice.
Oh, you're just home for the summer?
People are really surprised to find out that I'm 46.
There you go.
So it's been
I'm surprised to find out
You've taken care of yourself.
Thanks.
It's like, how would you like to mow my lawn, huh?
But there's been a
What a
lot of
push
banner recitals. There's been a lot of dinners. People invite us into their homes. Some of the most productive conversations that we've had are actually over people's truck beds in their garages. It's been a lot of fun getting to know our neighbors.
What's been the
Awesome.
biggest? Has there been a shift in the focus of the people of the district? Have they come to you with new issues or problems that weren't there the first time around?
What we're finding out from the beginning of the campaign, it often seems like candidates are able to laugh it off and say, it's just streets, ha ha ha. But what we're finding out, it's a lot deeper than that. If you actually go out and you visit with people, many people feel like things are going just great. Many people feel that there's concerns all the way from, there used to be a stop sign here, now there's not. Our road signs are turned around backwards. There's drainage issues, ditch issues from Stonegate, Perth, Blythe. There are places where we dug water lines and utilities through the streets, and we paved and patched over top of that. And folks have been told for years, and according to them, decades, that we're going to go back through and put new roads in, and they're not there.
The city's not exactly lying to them. They will at some point. They just haven't problems, right?
The most common thing that we're saying is a lot of people feel like they're going through the appropriate channels, and they're trying to talk to people to get things done, but they're just being ignored. And that's a very common thing, especially north of the loop.
Right. Yeah, that's annoying. And this is just an aside because I know you know the area so well, but it does seem to me, and it's a double-edged deal. They talked about when Crestwood was redone and it turned into a raceway. Millet Drive is inadequate now for all of the folks that have to go that way daily to get to Terra Vista and to get to Shalimer Elementary School.
Because doesn't it turn from like 4 lanes into
It's all
basically 1.5 lanes?
No, it's all 2 lanes, all the way from the loop all the way.
Or maybe that's what I mean. It kind of delineated as 2 legit lanes, but then
Right.
it sort
It gets
of goes
pretty
into
skinny.
yeah, it gets pretty narrow.
But the thing, and the right side of it, if you're going north, it's kind of, or west, it's kind of starting to fall off into the ditch. And it may, I mean, it's just, and there's right of way there. I started looking at it. There's right of way between there and the property to the west, but there's power line down it. There's culverts down it. And you talk, I mean, it is a multi-tens of $1 million project to widen widen that one section of
Junior
road.
Samples says airline has sucked for years. Junior, this is not Chad's district.
But he will talk to someone about it. But when you look at it, and then you start looking at it, and for me, it's selfish. It's like, hey, it's an inconvenience to me. And then you look at our friend like Alton Johnston, who's over there saying, hey, they got to slow down this road, and there's homes that front that road, and the speed limit's 30, and it should be. So can you really, it's like, where's the trade-off? Those are the decisions you'll have to deal with.
Jennifer Rayburn says Millet is inadequate and Bergman is a drag strip.
Yeah. That's a big problem for us on the north side of town, especially when school's in session. It's really difficult when school's in session.
Yeah. No, and you're right, because the cars back up all the way down there. Yeah.
That seems to be an issue with a lot of schools, though. They have the same problem at De Leon in their neighborhood. We know the problems that exist at the high schools with the ingress and egress, right? Similar issues at Shalimer. Vickers has similar issues on Edinburgh and Glasgow. So, I mean,
just to help you commiserate, our precinct 4 county commissioner, Clint Ives, chimes in, J2 Ranch Road is obsolete. So there you go. J2.
It's a county problem as well.
Though, J2 Ranch Road, if you think about it, you come in on 77 and you hit J2 Ranch Road, it'd be a great place for like the next, like Beltway 8. You know what I mean? You could go out there and make that 4 lanes going around, because it'd be like another loop around Victoria.
We'd have to annex all that way.
A lot of J2 Ranch Road is very good for triathletes, because we go out there and not be worried about getting run over by cars. So
right.
He knows it well. He knows it well.
That's because Clint Ives keeps all the holes patched out there. Done a great job out there. Tell us, so the next couple of weeks, we're down to the stretch, if you will. We've already swam, we've already ridden the bike, and now we're going to run the marathon.
Right.
How do you see?
Nice analogy.
It's tied in. How about, let's just talk about me and you for a minute. We've gotten really good at that, haven't we? No, but how do you see the next couple of weeks going, and what message would you like to share with folks, as you take a minute here and wrap this up?
You bet. The most rewarding part about this whole process for Michelle, George, and I is that we have such a good reason now to go out and visit with our neighbors and see people face to face that otherwise we would never have. And we're going to continue knocking door to door to door. We've met with hundreds of our neighbors, and we're going to continue to do that. And the important thing here is we have got to get out the vote. We have to get people to vote. And we know that we have a lot of support. We have a lot of momentum. And it seems like people really like our approach. I'm not a politician. And the way that we want to approach this is by building personal relationships, by going door to door. That takes a lot of time. But I don't want to just pay for a neighborhood. I don't want to just put things in the newspaper. I want you to see my face. I want you to see my family so that you can know my values and know what I bring to the table. And through talking with people, the number one concern I hear again, I will not forget you once we get put into office. And we'd like to ask for your vote.
It's phenomenal. So, hey, thank you for coming by. You have a beautiful family, you guys. I see you always together. I think that's awesome. That's like, Dawn and I, everywhere we go, we just throw those 2 knuckleheads in the back and off we go, and I'm proud of y'all for that. I'm going to make sure you get that waffle if I have to take you myself. So I'm hoping they take you over there today, but get the strawberry and the whipped. It's amazing. It's homemade whipped cream. They make it right there. It's just wonderful.
Gluten-free.
It's gluten-free, yeah, and it's a high protein. It's just awesome. It's an oat-based flour. It's just phenomenal. So we appreciate you. You and I have had many conversations about the willingness to get into the fray, and we have the utmost of respect for you for that. and hope that we made the comment the other day. Either way, Victoria is going to be in good hands. You're both fantastic gentlemen, but we just wish you nothing but the best in your campaign, and hope that things go well.
Yeah, thanks for what you do for Victoria Fellows.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good luck to
We
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Y'all be safe. Are you going to go campaign today?
Every day.
Every day is
day.
campaign day.
Every day.
All right, you guys be well and take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Good luck on that waffle. Bless her heart, the kid's tired of eating Cheerios.
She's starving.
She's tired of it. There's the Hall of Famer, Ralph Salazar, coming in early on a Wednesday. Goodbye, Halls. Great folks.
Somebody commented, Scott Tomko says City needs to talk with Chick-fil-A about traffic flow.
Right. And
There's some
Shipley's.
truth to that.
What's H.R. Mallory say there?
He says Vickers does a good job with traffic control and getting people out. Strollmer probably could use a stoplight and the problems would be solved. Many schools were built with no thought to traffic and growing traffic. Yeah, probably.
You think that's a problem?
I would think growing traffic maybe for some of the older schools. I don't think any traffic was in consideration when they built east and west.
No, I agree 100%. There's only one in, one out. It's it's a quarter-mile drive to go up there and pick a kid up. Do you think that that's a lack or was a lack of communication between VISD and the city?
No, I bet you what it turned into was a lack of money to do it the way they might have initially planned. I don't know.
Right.
And so they had to figure out a way because, the problem with these projects, when you bid them out, you get price X. Then when you actually finally start going to construction, they turn out to be price Y, and you've got to figure out how to where you cut to get what the most bang for your buck and where you really need it. So that probably was part of it.
Yeah.
But I think maybe they oversimplified the ingress and egress at those two high schools, to be honest.
Let's take this last break and then
Quick shout out to Adam Daughtry. I believe he is now on the City Planning Commission.
Oh,
so
good for him.
Good to have a working man's perspective.
Well, and Adams wanted to get involved and has been very thoughtful and spent a lot of time and reflection and trying to find the right place to serve. And I'm proud of you, Adam. Good job, sir. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk about your governor, your buddy, Andy Cuomo. Motto Mortgage, folks. Terry Murray can help you in these times. I'm telling you, interest rates are fixing to go back up. You can't put the entire United States budget into the market with just printed money and not create inflation. It's going to happen.
Well, I believe in June we saw inflation was about 5.4%.
541 54 54 541 54 54. Reach out to Terry Murray at Motto Mortgage. Went Services went for all your general electrical, general plumbing, emergency electrical and plumbing,
Backup generators,
new home construction, new building construction,
industrial, commercial, they can do
remodels. They do it. You get the picture. They do it all. Windsor, generators, solar panels, they do it all. Kohler, Cummins.
Even a wind turbine, if you need one to power it.
They can do it. They can get you your own turbine. USA Concrete Coatings, $500,000. No problem. Put it right in. 578 Home, Charlie Garcia will come out. They'll fill the cracks in your garage floor, and then they'll put down a tough polyurethane coat. They won't peel, crack, fade, discolor, absorb stains, anything. Sweet. It's nice. Turn your garage into a man cave. Once you do that, you need it decorated. Call Cheryl at the Gray Barn, 920-6803. Cheryl will help you make your next party memorable at 920-6803. Now, what did we say when they designed East and West? We just didn't care. Blamed. Yeah. Yes, that is true. Now, John Davis says VISD didn't care. They just blamed all the traffic on law enforcement.
Ricky King says when they designed East and West, they designed it with one way in, one way out. So I don't know.
And HR pointed out that there are some TxDOT issues with the city.
Yeah. And he's caught in the middle.
He is caught in the middle. But he is the one with the gun. So then again,
there's that.
Rock, paper, scissors, gun. Okay, you win.
Does anybody, aside from maybe the governor himself, his brother Frito at CNN, and a couple others, maybe his nipple ring producer, who might not get the tips that he gets now.
Cuomo.
Yeah. Anybody feeling sorry for Governor Andrew Cuomo right now?
This guy's a bad guy. This guy's the one that probably should have been brought in. If they're saying, if people are dumb enough to say that Donald Trump is a war criminal because we're at war with China and he put people in harm's way, allegedly, then Andrew Cuomo is definitely a murderer because he just kept putting old folks back into nursing homes in the middle of the COVID pandemic.
This is a guy who wrote a book about his leadership through the COVID pandemic, and CNN and other networks that lean to the left praised him for his leadership.
Oh, a year and a half ago, I think they were grooming him literally for a presidential run in 24. A year and a half ago, he was the hot ticket in the Democratic Party. And now he is so hot that not only has Joe Biden called for him to resign as governor, the people who run the country, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, have also called for him to step down.
Ain't going to happen. He won't step down. He is not going to go quietly. He's already said that this is wrong. He's denied all the allegations. If you've read some of them, he had no regard. He did not care. It wasn't, he didn't even put himself in situations where it would be his word against her word.
Right.
He had no problem with other people being there to witness his behavior.
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't care. He was on an elevator, manhandling his security detail, kissing them on the cheeks.
I saw a
Didn't
video of him
care.
in a restaurant where there was a female reporter and she had ordered like a hot dog or something. And at any rate, there was a reference where he basically said, I want to see you eat all that in one bite or something like that. It was more than innuendo. He was just being, he was above the law.
Yeah.
Just a bad guy.
And the Attorney General's report. And again, these are allegations.
Sure.
Because nothing's been proven yet.
But he makes Brett Kavanaugh look like an altar boy.
Yeah.
I mean, just on the allegations alone, he makes Brett Kavanaugh look like an altar boy. Cuomo looks like the priest. How about that? There you go.
They spoke to about 180 people.
180?
Before they
New York's a big state. It's a big state.
Yeah, before they issued their report. And it wasn't just confined to New York City. These things were happening all over the state.
Yeah. Well, the brother man standing over here, and I kind of want to. I'm just going to pull this mic back because tomorrow is his day.
Yeah, we can't do it yet.
But let me tell you, I've never seen him so. Maybe he's just coming off that birthday. I've never seen him so like, I got some stuff. I've got some stuff. Yeah,
he's chomping at the bit.
He's, most days he's like, I know, guys, I'm working. But the other day he's like, oh, I got something. Man. He's a good one.
But Governor Andrew Cuomo will not go quietly. He won't resign unless the pressure mounts to a point where he has no choice.
So when the president,
when the president tells you to resign,
that's not pressure.
No, he's already looked him in the face and said, I ain't resigning. And he doesn't care what Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi say.
I was going to say, isn't the governor may not be stronger than Nancy Pelosi, but he's stronger than Chuck Schumer, right? Greg Abbott ain't taking anything off Chuck Schumer.
Cuomo's probably got a little bit of mob connection in there. He's not so worried.
Right. Fredo.
Well, it's going to be amazing to see how CNN covers this with the connection to his brother, because don't forget, CNN had Chris, the lesser of the Cuomos, sit down and talk to his brother, the governor, in the midst of all of the revelation of the nursing home fiasco. They sat down for a one-on-one on like a Sunday evening, and it never came up at all. Glossed it over, joked, talked about their childhood and different things. Didn't talk about either one of them foregoing the mask mandate so they could live their lives and do it was absolutely a deflection from what was going on in New York. And I'm just curious to see how CNN will cover this, knowing that the governor's
Send him a
brothers.
tweet. He sent him a tweet. How you gonna do with this, Chris? Scott Tomko said, "Never ever pass up an opportunity for Brother Gary to give content." He says, "Thanks, Scotty." Crazy. What did Steve Tyler put on there? He's talking in code. He's a code talker.
He says one of 4 or 5 Democrat governors who mishandled COVID in the nursing homes. I think he's listing the states: New Jersey, Michigan, Virginia, and New York.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. I can see it.
HR says he had the New York State Police change their policy to get that one trooper on his detail. She didn't have enough experience to apply.
But he must have thought she was cute. I want her. I want her on my detail.
Yeah.
Sounds like something Bill Clinton would do. They're probably friends.
Scott Tomko says they were praising Cuomo only to make Trump look bad.
Yeah, I think that's true too. But they were showing the contrast in the way they handled things and how that Cuomo had done so much, but then it turns out he did so much incorrectly.
Did Bill de Blasio just basically sign his ticket to not be reelected with the vaccine passports and everything that
He's not running.
He looked at governor though.
Wow. Yeah, they're saying up there that you
why is he
gotta
not
have a
running?
vaccine
Because he's not going to
passport.
be electable. He won't be electable with the stuff he's done in New York City to destroy people's livelihoods.
It's crazy. I don't think you're going to see. We're going to get some people on here. We'll get Judge Zeller on. Maybe we could reach out to. We still need to reach out to Alan West. We could get some folks on here to talk about how does Texas move forward if there is. And Ash pointed out yesterday that while you're seeing a trend on the 7-day running death average it's gone from 6 to 700, but it's still half of what it was when we came off of masks. I mean, it's not even half of what it was. So but if there's a trend in the wrong direction, I think you're going to see some pressure for folks to mask up.
You
and stay
want to
home.
look at an interesting data point or data set. Look at the country of Israel. Highly vaccinated population, percentage-wise. I think more so. I mean, 70%, I think the U.S. has their first shot at least, right? And I think 50%, somewhere in that neighborhood, has been double jabbed. Israel has had a mask mandate in effect for a long time. And the numbers went up, the numbers went down. The numbers went up, the numbers went down, all through their mask mandate. And they put the mask mandate in place again recently. They took it off, and they put it in place before numbers started, and numbers are going up. I mean, looking at the data, folks, this thing, it's a virus, and it doesn't care what we've done. It doesn't care what orders are in place. It's going to go up and down until this thing is. But like you asked yesterday, our Congress is so worried about a quote insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th. Where's their concern for the origin of this virus that was manufactured at a bioweapons laboratory in China? There, I said it.
It was manipulated by man at the very least.
With the aid of the United States, at least the funding.
Fauci sent them $3 million.
Well, Fauci did. But let's be honest, the bills that allowed for that, signed by Donald Trump and previous administrations.
Sure.
Because it had been going on. They kicked the French out, as we talked about last week in 2015 or 16, and the U.S. wouldn't heed France's warnings about what was going on.
Right.
They didn't want anybody in there. And this thing just happened to find its way out of a high security lab.
You know how TLAT summed this up yesterday.
And nobody asked these questions.
So nobody's asking, where are the people that put this death on the world? I mean, by the way, folks, more people have died globally than if a half a dozen nuclear bombs had gone off. I mean, China killed more people this way than, and Don simply just said, well, Biden's in their pocket. So Biden's not going to talk bad about the Chinese. And it may literally be that simple. It may literally be that China has such a stronghold on our government at the highest levels that they just don't talk bad about the hand that feeds them. It bothers me a lot because you would think that somebody, even ABC News would be going, who did this to the United States? And people still kind of cling to, boy, that poor old guy that ate that bat, you know, and then he gave it to everybody. He kissed
and it's not just the United States. The rest of the world has suffered just as miserably, and nobody's asking that question anywhere because they're all beholden to the Chinese government.
Yep.
The Chinese government has all the debt of everybody.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Scott Tompkins says nail on the head moment. Yep. Dawn's like that. She's like, well, here's the bottom line.
And the other interesting thing is China's been telling the world that this virus isn't bothering us. Yet secretly they've been locking down, travel restrictions are in place.
Yep.
Their own vaccines aren't working. They don't have a handle on this thing, yet they created it.
And they don't care if people die. They need people to die. I mean, it's, you know, true story. They want to get rid of, they want to get rid of some people because the Chinese Communist Party is probably in some way happy this is going on because they're not getting blamed for it outside of a few who, you know, probably more on the conservative side. Everybody's scared.
But nobody's looking at the human rights abuses and everything else that's going on in China.
China. Donald Trump told you, say what you want. Say what you want. Donald Trump told you a year ago, this is the China virus. And the media crucified him. You're a racist. You're a racist. He goes, no, you're missing the point. This virus came from China. Don't try to act like it, you know, was some bat.
Yeah.
He knew. He told you the truth, and nobody wanted to hear it because he's not a nice guy. You know, if he was Ronald Reagan, well, man, the Chinese did it to us again. Everybody be crying and standing in the streets and holding a vigil. But when Donald Trump goes, it's China. China did it. Then all of a sudden, oh, well, that can't be right.
That can't be right.
Donald Trump said it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You don't have to like the messenger, but you better heed the message. Folks, we're going to get out of here. Here's a good message for you. Stay tuned and listen to the Hall of Famer, Ralph Salazar, along with yesterday, just